Hi guys, it's lounge time. I want to welcome you to the Bulls Darts Talk. Today we have a very special guest, Brian Raman. Brian is a former number one in the WDF. He's currently ranked 83 in the world and he has a tour card. Brian, welcome.
Hey Jerry.
Nice that you could talk to us. Brian, of course, the lounge that is today, your darts are out, the Bulls darts, Brian Raman darts. Before we're going to talk about your darts, we would like to know you a little bit better. So we have some quick questions for you beforehand. Okay, let's start off. When did you start playing darts?
I got my first set of darts when I was 8 years old, so it's already 18 years ago.
Okay, quite a long time, almost 20 years now.
Yeah, it's still not good enough.
You feel old already or not?
Yes, I do.
When was your first 180?
My first 180 was during a competition evening. My father, he played in the same team as Ronnie and Kim Hybrace.
Ah, cool.
And every time before the competition evening started, I was just practicing, and then I hit a 180, and Kim Hybrace, he had 3 darts straight after me and hit a 180 as well. And then he said, yeah, now you need to go for the 1-for-1.
Of course, the 9, the magical 9, almost there then.
Yes,
Okay.
almost, but it was miles away, I think.
So when did you hit the first magical 9 dart then?
My first one was a week before we went to Hungary for the Euro Cup. I think it was on the Monday and we left on Friday to go to the World Cup, Euro Cup. And then in practice on Friday, I missed double 12 for another one.
But that's a confident boost, of course.
Of
Even
course
if it
it
in
is,
practice, it doesn't matter. The magical 9,
It is, but it
every
can,
dart player that has one.
it can
knows
go
that.
different ways as well, because on Tuesday now, I played really well in practice. I hit a 9 darter, and then after that, I didn't hit anything anymore.
Okay, nah. You have to keep the positive in mind, of course. Nah? Brian, how many practice hours do you have? Do you do per day, per week?
Not enough, let's say, because I'm just too busy with work. I'm doing a lot of hours at work, so I try to do a lot of tournaments during the weekends or during the week. But
So
my son keeps me busy at home, and he
yeah.
tries to push me for at least 30 minutes till an hour.
Okay. So you keep the rhythm going.
Yeah, I try to.
Yeah, okay, that's good. What did you work next to darts then?
I'm self-employed in a transport company.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, it's important. You have a family at home, just like you mentioned. You have a son.
yes,
You have 2 kids.
2 kids. Yes,
Okay.
daughter of 4 and a son of 2.
Yeah, so you're a family man.
I am.
Okay. Brian, describe your current form, please.
It's on the up again. I'm playing really well. I've been working hard with playing local tournaments, trying new things out. So yeah, it's been a rough 2 years, but now I'm slowly getting back to my best.
Yeah, you're in a good space.
Yes, I am now.
That's a good recap, of course. Okay. The World Championships is about to happen in December. You're currently not qualified. How do you see your chances to reach the Worlds?
Well, I see there are still a lot of chances, because we have, 14 Pro Tours left, still 2 or 3 Euro Tours. So I don't see why I can't make it.
There are a lot of tournaments left to qualify on the rankings.
Yes. And otherwise, I still have a
You
qualifier.
have 2 qualifiers, if I'm right.
Yes, 2. Yes.
The one that can be entered by anyone.
Where I can win against you. And then
Yeah,
the
that's
one
true. Where I'm
the tour card
entering,
as well.
yeah. But also the tour card holder
Yeah.
qualifier that has some spaces left for the Worlds as well.
Yes.
Okay, so
And it will probably have 3 spaces, because the World Youth Champion will be a new tour card holder, or
Okay.
someone who is already qualified for the World.
okay, cool. So good chances for you.
Exactly.
Let us talk about the tour then real quick. Who are your best friends on the tour and who do you hang out with?
I hang out a lot with Gian van Veen. We travel together, we sit at the same table, we practice together. We
He's a
text
nice
few-
guy as well,
Yeah,
yeah.
he's very nice. He's like, well, not in a negative way, but he's laid back. He's just taking everything as it comes, and he knows what he's doing, and that's what helps me as well to bring my A game back.
So it motivates you as well
Yes.
that he has
Definitely,
good
because
results on the moment.
he's a new kid on the block, and he's
Yeah.
doing much better than I am, and
Okay.
we are pretty close on the rankings at the moment. So last weekend he was, after the first tournament, he went over me, and then he missed out because of school, and then I had a good run, so I'm now 83rd and he's 84th. And that's what we send to each other all the time.
Okay, that's good. They have some competition with each other.
Yeah.
That's not.
But
too
of
bad.
course he's going
Healthy
to.
competition.
Of course he's going to overtake me because he's already qualified for the Grand Slam Player Championship finals in the world. So.
Yeah.
But it's fun
He's a
as
man
long
of
as it
form.
lasts.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Are there any players that you don't like to play against?
Yeah, Michael van Geuren.
Because?
He keeps beating me even if I have 107 average.
Oh yeah, he could be a quite difficult opponent, of course, but
Yeah,
I think
sometimes.
more players have that same problem with him. But he's a good player, of course. Okay, Brian, let us talk about hobbies. Do you have some hobbies next to darts?
We often play padel, the new sport that occurred when everyone was in lockdown during COVID. And then I play often on the Xbox or the PlayStation.
Okay, keep you busy.
Yeah. Well, I should be practicing instead of playing on the
Yeah,
Xbox. But
yeah.
sometimes a nice chilling evening after a busy day is fine.
Yeah, but relaxing is also important. You know that for yourself. Okay, what would you do if you weren't a dart player?
It would either be an accountant or a vet, because I always dreamt of being a vet. So yeah, that's
working with
one-
animals.
Yeah, and then accountant because I really like to work with numbers. So that's why darts is a good one as well.
Yeah.
But so it would have been one of the two, but then darts came, so that's why I stopped with it.
Okay. You have to follow your dreams, Ryan. You know that. So okay, you know, this year you came to the Bulls team. They made your dart. What does it mean for you to be a part of the Bulls team?
It helped me a lot because, like I said, I've been in a tough 2 years because I didn't really have to go somewhere to talk about my equipment and everything. And now I finally have a team that really knows what they are doing, and they make the dart exactly how I want it.
Mhm.
And that helped me a lot in my rebuilding my form.
Okay, that's good to hear. That's nice to hear. Now the Bulls is quite a big team. We have a lot of players, also on the tour, of course. And how do you interact with those players, specifically for the Bulls players?
Me and Mike de Dekker, because we're both from Belgium, we speak a lot, we practice a few times together. Then me and Jermaine, we play a lot of tournaments together. We often play against each other. And I sit on the same table with Danny Jansen, who is in
he's a
the
cool
Bulls
guy as
team.
well, yeah.
He
The
is.
mullet.
The mullet, yeah. And then we always have nice banter with the Rodriguez brothers.
Yeah.
So Rusty, he's one of them as well.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a
Nice
good.
to hear that you get along, of
yes.
course, because we see it as one
It's
big family.
it's a
but
lonely place if you don't have friends
Yeah,
on the tour.
it's an individual sport, but good that you can share some things
Exactly.
with the other Bulls team members. Okay, Brian, what guys like to know, what people like to know, how does a normal match day for you look like on the tour? It starts really early, so you have to get up early, I think.
Well, we start at 1 o'clock. I'm always in the venue around 10, 9:30, 10, something like that.
So more than 3 hours before the
More than
tournament
3 hours
starts.
before, because I really want to have a nice practice
Mhm.
to loosen up the arm. And then, before I go to the venue, I need to have a nice breakfast as well. So I think I wake up around 8, something in the morning.
Sounds like just a normal work day then for you.
No, my working day starts a lot earlier.
Okay, then how exhausting is it to be a dart player? Traveling.
It's
next to it.
very exhausting, but you know you have to do this. When you started playing darts at home and you dreamt of being a professional dart player, you knew it had a lot of sacrifices you have to give with it. I don't see my kids very often, so that's very tough as well. But even if you have a tough weekend on the Pro Tour and let's say you lost all your games the first round, it's still very exhausting because when you get home, it takes 1 day to fully recover.
Yeah, of course. And you want to be there for your kids and for your wife.
Exactly.
So, but you have, I know that you have a great support with.
I can't complain with that.
That's good. But if you don't have that it would make it a lot more hectic and.
That will be, well, if you don't have the support from home, I think it will be very difficult. Like I said, it's a lonely place.
Yeah.
And if you then come home and you don't have someone who supports you, then it will be very
Thank
tough.
God you have that support.
Indeed.
Greetings to your wife and kids. Brian, the World Championship, we mentioned it earlier. Next to when yourself qualify. Who's the favorite for you?
I don't really have a favorite, but the one who deserves it the most for me is Gian Van Veen, because, like I said, he's a
dark
good
horse.
man.
He's an outsider for
Yeah,
most people.
For most people, he's a good outsider. He's doing really well on the tour. He's getting better every single weekend. He's in the World Youth Championships now as well.
The finals. Yeah.
So he's the one that deserves it the most for me, because he has a very tough time with arthritis, overcoming it, then coming on the tour and doing what he's doing now.
Yeah. Yeah, we mentioned it earlier. He's quite in form. He plays high averages. He can beat everybody in the world.
He loses with 100 plus every single time.
Yeah, okay. So respect and shout out to Gian.
Yes.
Okay. Brian, your nickname is the Riddler. Tell us more about it. How do you get it? And
I think I got it from Ben Hunter. He's a guy from Australia who did like matchups when it was COVID. You had to play live games on internet via Naka, and then the webcams and everything. And I was doing a lot of tournaments there, competitions, matchups and everything, and people always thought that I was going certain ways for finishes, but every single time it was something different. So it was always a riddle where I was going. Even for the spotters, it's always a riddle. So that's why it's the Riddler.
Okay, makes sense now. I didn't know that,
Yeah.
so that's good.
That's why they told me, then I was like, yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah. Okay, looks nice as well. What superpower do you want, or you would like to have?
Traveling back in town, time.
Okay, Brian, which superpower do you want to have?
Traveling back in time.
Okay, does it have a specific reason?
Because I will do a lot things different than I did now. Like not taking the sport serious when I was younger, so I could have had more experience than I'm having now that would have helped me to become a better player now.
Okay, Brian, the thing we're here for, let's talk about your darts. Bulls just released your first Brian Raman dart. It has a real specific shape. Let's talk through this with you. I give you some of your steel darts. How did the process go with producing this and developing this?
Yeah, I always play with a dart that has scalp in it, so that was the main thing for me, to have it at least, so I can put my index finger where I want it to be, to hold my dart very well. And then I just went to the head of the marketing and told them exactly what I wanted, and they made it exactly as I have it now. I wanted
together with
smooth,
the product developer as well.
Yeah, I wanted it very smooth on the bottom, so I can add a lot of 180s. At least I can try now.
Where the transition is to the point.
Yes.
Okay, it has a black titanium coating, several different grips on it. The front grip, do you use it or not really yourself?
Every single grip that is on the dart, I use it.
So it really specifically is made for you.
Exactly.
And of course the Belgian flag is implemented in the dart.
That's very important. I'm a proud Belgian.
yeah, of course, that's good.
That's what we all have. We all use the Belgian flag in our shirts or darts.
Because you're proud Belgians. Yes. That's good. The shape is really unique, as we already mentioned. You have a scalp near to the end of the dart. The weight is also divided in that way a little bit. So it's more towards the end of the dart.
It's just after the scalp, I think, the weight.
Okay. So for the people at home, look at that. So Brian, as we mentioned, it has an unusual shape. The weight is divided more to the end of the dart. They come in different grams.
Yes, 26, 24, 22, and then you have the soft tip in 18 grams as well. Okay, that's good. For all the people that want to buy a Brian Raman dart, they are now available 1st of September in most retail stores, dart shops. Just look it up and you can find them. Brian, thank you very much for this interview. I wish you all the best to go to the Worlds, of course, and to see more of you. Thank you. Thanks for your time as well, Jerry.